Hello and welcome back. I'm Joe, and this is Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. We're still at the mini thingamabob over here, and we're going to find a better name for it, but today is a good chance we're going to actually wrap this up. Well, let's get utilities moving. One thing I realize is having the heating plant all the way out here means we cannot, well, it will be a little more expensive to do the water and sewage if I don't want to use trucks, and I don't want to use trucks because that's also maintenance that you have to worry about over here, so not that great. Also, someone in the comments just pointed out I should still place the waste containers because A, they will separate them. Good, that's very good, that's very wonderful actually. And two, and we're going to use the bigger ones. And two, a technical service can actually pick these up just fine versus the trash that will accumulate within the within all the industries, within the coal and the industry mines, which has to be picked up by a distribution office, which we don't. Well, if I don't need it for that, that'll be fine. But a technical service may not be able to actually keep up on everything. But there's that. The other thing that is an advantage of is I can actually send trash directly to the incinerator instead of having to go through here, because pure plastic, burn it. Pure bio waste, burn it, etc., etc. And this guy already has a higher throughput than the separation plant, so that makes sense. Anyways, today I would really like to get started on just constructing things. I don't know exactly what I want to construct, but we have a couple things right here that we can definitely construct today. And then all of this will be very much asphalt road. We will have a little bit of gravel road in here as well. But for now, how about we just get started with all the asphalt pieces that we already know, and they can just get constructed on these because, again, we will absolutely need these, no questions asked. And I think the stuff that I currently have assigned, or that I currently have ready, will be more than enough to keep our helicopters busy for quite some time. So we may as well get them started on this while we do other things that may or may not be more important or even more useful. So we'll just see how all that plays out. This one bothers me already. Give me a gravel road. This one, keep it a gravel road because this is not an official connection, if that makes sense. So get all of them. Cool. This one is already too short to get constructed with that thing, which means the Secret Service or the Secret Police has to move out a little bit. Surprisingly, or unsurprisingly, I don't know how you want to look at that, but I haven't fully decided on how I want to handle reconstruction on this island, because we can assume that earthquakes are going to be a thing. 100%, there's not going to be around that. And they will potentially happen the first week that we're open. That would not surprise me one bit. So, construction office on here or in a different place is still a very, very big question that we should answer at some point in the near future. Probably, most likely. These are all bus routes. We're just going to turn all of those into the bus lanes that they have to be. Cool. Yeah, there's a potential that some of these could have been turned into roads a long time ago, but obviously I did not do that. We're almost done with this. There you go. Construction office 4. Just do your worst. As much as you can do here, just get all the asphalt down here and get things built. That will be cool. Yeah, I see that there's a little bit of conveyor belt, but that's fine. You can probably build that bus station as well while you're here. This is way too many asphalt roads. We can't really construct all of these at the same time because we don't have the vehicles to make this happen. And you will be a problem because I do want to be asphalted for sure. So what we're going to do is take this one back a bit, take this one back a bit, turn you into a single piece of road by removing that node. I can't do that until that road is removed. Now it's a single piece of road. Get that one built, and then when that is done, we will just reconnect the pieces of roads that we just disconnected, and that will be just fine. Cool. Utilities. Okay, hey helicopters. Don't hurt my FPS, please. We have water here. Good start. Heat, we're already done. So with heat, we don't have to worry about anything really, and once these footpaths are actually done, we can probably get in all the shorter footpaths and figure out how they're going to connect to everything, where for all of these tall, neutral flat buildings, I will probably just opt to use dirt paths, especially for the shorter roads, and for the longer roads we're going to use the normal paths like we did before, and that should be fine. I'm highly anticipating there will be another cross footpath right here, about the same distance or same length as what we already have. So keep all of that in mind. Let's do the easy things first, shall we? Yes, we shall. Water substation. I am hoping that whatever we do here, and again, we need space. We need space for helicopters to do something, so don't be silly and try to fit this into a tiny spot. Make sure that there's enough landable area that the helicopters can actually do their thing. Right here, field's almost fine, but it doesn't contain that building out there. Over here, could be fine, but we do have to make sure that we actually get this access point, and then then we should be fine. Everything is covered, which is what I want. And then let's talk to helicopters. Yes. Very important. Helicopters, this is your target. That's the first one. I'm pretty sure that one covers everything that we can cover. And the sewage tank, I'm assuming, will be very similar. Cool. Done. Well, no, not done yet. You have to triple check this every single time until it doesn't work. This one, for example, we cannot get to this one construction office wise, but I think that has more to do with the fact that we are going off the rails just a little bit. We can... Shall we curve around this, or what do you want to do? Well, instead of curving, you can just go here, because the connection will still be similar. Yes. Okay. Let's talk to you, talk to you, talk to you. Footpath connection to there, and then footpath connection to here will also happen. That should be fine. Helicopters, talk to me. Yep. Got it. On this one, got it. Perfect. Very important. If I don't keep that in mind, I will absolutely 100% forget. I have no doubts about that. We have a new footpath that will exist over here. And it will be, well, this one is not quite done yet, so we don't want to cut into that. Otherwise, we would cut right here once we're done with that side. But it should be done before I'm done laying all these footpaths out. So I think life will be fine. On this side, something very similar, just a little bigger. Well, come on, give me a good angle, and you will also just connect straight back into there. So we have a nice little loop that connects everyone to everything. At least I hope it will. And then, yeah, we will just pull in all the extra connections down the road. Are you still not done? Come on, you can do it. Go a little faster, please. There you go. That one is done. Beautiful. And then this one is also done. Also beautiful. Great. Get you in there. We don't even need asphalt footpaths here. At least I don't think so. We can just make it all happen with these guys. And again, the rest will just be dirt paths. I'm not even ashamed. No, I'm not. I'm not going to take that back. Those will be dirt paths. These are all Nurple flats. I would be very surprised if for power we can get away with anything less than 2 power substations. So I'm going to just power one over here and power one over here. And then we will have 2 where most of them will cover all of this, and one will just cover this side of the fence, and that should be good enough, I think. Yeah. I don't see a hard problem with that, so we're just going to leave that one exactly how it is. Power transformer. Speaking of power, my light just turned off, on and off. You may have seen that. Oh, does it again. Stop it. What is it doing? Why is it blinking at me? We should have more than enough power. I think it's the light is going out. Okay, let's just turn it off, and we'll see what happens. A little darker for me. Probably not that much of a difference for you, but it does make a big difference for me. I actually like that overhead light. Oh well, it's probably going to be gone now forever, and you can't use it ever again. So just get used to that. Where do I want to place this? There's no right or wrong place, to be very clear. There's just a place, and they're all going to be a little different degrees of awkward, where we only want really 2 connections in here. Yes, I'm totally planning on connecting this via distribution office, just in case you're wondering. And with that in mind, I will probably turn this whole road also into an asphalt road that can also get built on right here, right now. Cool. Do you work again? I don't know if it was just overloading, but this is much nicer in my setup. Cool. Yeah. So power. You probably wouldn't regret adding a couple extra roads in a couple extra places, and this will be one of them. You can just connect right here. Again, having extra roads hopefully means we can have some help whenever we need it. So may as well connect that one and see what happens with you. We will get the big power line from that side, and the rest will just go in here. Again, but we only have 2 power lines actually trying to go to the city. The rest will go in other places, which really means this should be the power transformer. Sadly, it's not drive-through, otherwise I could put it here. But that is not the case, so I guess we're just going to have you here and connect it from this side with this utility line that will turn into gravel road at some point. Very good. Sure. That will do just fine. Power lines. Remember, how much does this one produce? I think it was 19 megawatts. Does that sound semi-appropriate? It may or it may not. I don't remember. I very much don't remember. So let's look at the power plant. I think it's this one. Yes, that looks right. And that power plant produces up to 15 megawatts, which means placing this will be useless. Don't need that. Placing 15 covers everything that it can produce, but we do have 2 connections, so we should keep that in mind too. But I think I will be... Oh, this is dirty. If I place this power line right now, right here, through there, might actually work. Otherwise, I would have said I will block my own road path connection that I wanted to get from there. But this may actually be just fine, as long as I can find a little bit of pathing along the road. Obviously, there's a building here that won't let me through and do anything useful, so that's a little unfortunate, but there we go. You could run all the way across over here, or you can't do anything there. Which one do you prefer? Don't like either of those options yet. Let's see if I can get to the other side a little more elegantly. One of the options will be here. Nope, that's too close to everything else, so not there. But this one should have a much easier time running the line where I need it to go. I'm going to try to stay as close to the road that we have running as possible, because I don't want to take up too much real estate for any other operations that may or may not happen at some point. And I don't know if you can see that, but because this power line is going right here, I am feeling much more inclined to say, hey, the actual connection can also be right here, because it's much closer to where I'm actually going to use it. So this feels good. Should you put a splitter here? Yes. Yes, we will put a splitter right here. If we don't put one, then we hopefully are right about what we're going to do there, but I wouldn't be surprised if a splitter will actually come in very, very handy. And we could put one there. We can also put one here. Okay, just on the other side of the road connection there. Yeah, but it's not going to connect in the way that you want it to. You really want it to connect like this, and that's fine. We can well, if you're going to do that anyways, pull this one down a little bit this way. Can't build building because too close to something else, whatever. Right here, yep, that should be fine. Road connection, I would like to have this one connected or constructed first or completed first, but no, we're just going to let that one finish. And then let's get our power lines. I'm just going to use just 15 megawatts here. One will just connect straight into there. The other one is going to be this connection. Are those wires way too low? No, no, they're not too low as long as you don't carry a tower crane right on top of your flatbed, which there was an update recently, so I'm not sure if we're going to see any more pictures of that. Sorry. But that should be fine power-wise. Okay, so we have heat, we have power, we have water, we have sewage. Almost. We don't really have water and sewage, and we definitely don't have city distribution laid out yet either. And I think we're probably okay to just speed this up a little bit. Population-wise, all of those numbers are good. I should triple-check that this guy is actually constructing stuff, and it looks like you are. I did not tell them to not move here. I thought I did, but then obviously I didn't, because as you can see, they have already moved in. You're my city. Nobody move in, please. And thank you. Construction office and a little bit of footpath action. Would you mind getting all these connections finalized? That would be super. Get you there, get you there. We don't have trash here. Are you going to do that right now or later? I am leaning towards right now. Those are pretty solid connections that get us everyone that needs to be there. The fire station doesn't have the extra connection yet. Now it does. The police station also doesn't have the extra connection besides the people that can go... have to go there by bus station. It's not the end of the world, but just something we can fix right here. And then this one, I wouldn't mind if you get just a shortcut in there. Cool. Get all that built. Construction office 2 or 3. 2 or 3. 2? 2. 2 is out here. Very good. Just get on all of this. Great. Do your trash receptacles, and you can probably save this. I think you actually have a couple buses already here that you can use. Yes, they're sitting right here, so we may as well just use them instead of losing the population. It will just get really angry out here. Load and unload. Yep. Drop them off right here. Yep. And go back here. Yep. 4 buses for right now will be the start. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't need more than that, but 4 should be a good start for that distance. We will just add them as we need them. You are more empty. That's good, but also an indicator that we've probably been out of coal for a relatively long time, and people don't normally like that much. And then what? Yeah, this is distraction. This is just the name of the game. It will always happen. Don't worry about it. It's just part of the game. Let's get distracted together. You will cover pretty much everything on this side. That's nice. We don't have monuments here either. Just a reminder for you. You are not covering this building, but if we do this, it should cover that relatively easy. Number 2, this is yours. Okay, more waste containers. So that's the first one. I think they're actually in a really good spot. The next one can probably go here and cover some of the buildings. If we have a couple redundant ones, that is okay. This one, we do need to cover these buildings somehow, so we may as well plop them in here. There's 1. There's 2, even though it's not painting the brown lines. It is connected. I saw it. And then you will be the last one. Can we plop one here? Yes. And can I plop one here? Yes. Cool. All of those, again, courtesy of construction office. This one, and you can just figure out what you're doing. We do have the technical service office here. Just needs a couple of vehicles. Trash specifically. Do you have any trash trucks already around? We do not. Are you really going to do that right now? I'm leaning towards yes, because those will be important enough that if we don't have them at least go out there relatively soon, they will cause us all types of issues. So let's do 4 of the small ones, and then do 1, 2 of the bigger ones, and then do the rest with snowplows. Is that going to be wise or smart or even enough? I think maybe, probably. I don't like just a single one. Also, this one doesn't have a trash connection. Yeah, it just has a small mixed waste stand. That's not going to cut it. So let's get a stand for garbage. It just has to be in range, and that's fine. Construction office 2, do your best. Do we have power out here? What are you guys actually needing? You don't even have a power supply. Why did anyone move in here? Why did you think this was ready for any of you? I have better things to do. By that I mean I have other things to do that I would like to get distracted by right now and not really make sure that you guys have the bare minimum for a city to actually function here. I'm guessing you don't have water either. I would be very surprised if you have any water in the city. And because everything is nice and empty, nobody's really complaining about all that much, so that's maybe a good or bad thing. You can just leave this alone, because you're not going to add a full water supply and all that other stuff right now, are you? I wasn't planning on it. Okay, go back to the island. I don't want to get distracted by that, because while this is building, we will have so much time. It's not even funny. So let's go back to here and just finish the job at hand. Okay. 2 connections, both of which can probably run on this side of the road to get us to the final connection place. There's one. Here's the other one. Normally power lines are the last thing I do because they like to block paths and do things in a way that I really don't want them to be done. But I guess we're doing them relatively early today, in today's episode, because they have to be done. Cool, that's all connected. Get all of that built as well. Construction offices. These are your friends. Please get on those. those, and those. Cool. Everything's connected. That's, again, that's the name of the game today. We just have to make sure that everything can be reached by the helicopters for now. Okay. We don't really have water and sewage set up yet. We just have it started. Let's get that one wrapped up so we don't have to think about it. Big water tower. Yes, absolutely. Right in the middle of town. Yes. Well, it's not middle of town. It's right here. True. Calm down. We get that one connected. Get me a water pump, a large one, to get up into the tower. I highly doubt we're going to use more than 150 cubic meters of water a day, but if we ever do, we will just figure something out with that. But this is the first connection. There was a substation somewhere over here that should connect to that thing. And then this one is going to be our dedicated connection to the city. That is the city line. The rest will go down to the buildings that we have here, plus the mines. They need water too, unless I want to do that with trucks. I don't really want to do that with trucks. I don't want to use more vehicles than absolutely necessary, mostly because of maintenance. So remember that, please. Okay, that should be good enough for now. Water-wise, water connection. No, we're not done with water yet because you don't have any water in. We need a couple small water wells that, how much will these get polluted over here? Honestly, by the city, I don't expect them to get polluted all that much. They do prefer being individual water wells that don't really touch other ones because they do pollute each other. But that seems like a problem that they just have to figure out at some point. So we're going to leave that alone. Plop another water tower nearby. We're going to have the road run on this side. Obviously, it's not connected yet. But this should be fine. And then that also needs a water pump. Oh, you guys, you don't have power. You have power already. That really means this one's going to get moved. Okay. Probably just needs to move a little closer to what it was. Right there. Cool. I'm trying to keep them on the north side of the island, also because the south side is going to be very, very polluted, and we just have to assume that that's going to be a thing that is just going to be there. So be aware. You will just collect the 150 cubic meters of water that we are distributing on the other side. So give me a large pipe connecting there, and then two large pipes going in. This is overkill, but it makes my life very easy. And if we do end up with a situation where we need more water, there will be a very simple way to get that all done. So this should be fine. Water in there, 150 cubic meters should be enough for this island. And again, if not, we have a lot of wiggle room here. Although, what are we now? We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're 8 times 6. 8 times 6 is 4,800. No, that should be fine. I know that the large water utility water plant can handle about 12,000, so this one should be fine with half, less than half, even with industries and all the other things, because none of our industries have specific water input. They just have the daily consumption water input, so I guess that's going to be fine, maybe? Probably. Good. Get all of this. Well, yeah. I don't mind getting a couple buildings involved in here, simply because most of our road construction is already on the way, and there's a lot more other stuff that we also need to get done. Sewage is another one that we need to handle here. And I'm very, very tempted to make this our sewage outlet. Again, pollution, keep it over here. And I don't think we need more than like one, because the city is not going to produce all that much, but the city can have an individual outlet down here. We're just going to put a switch somewhere in the area. Then all of this gets a switch, and then the mines get a switch. And this whole area should never be expanded for industry. So, this should be relatively safe. Let's just wrap this up. The first sewage switch can probably just go, well, if we plop that right now, right here, it will disconnect the road construction that goes on there. Also, you can't actually plop it down here at all, so just don't even think about it. Could plop one here. Okay, that's the first one. I'm gonna plop one here, but with the footpath turned around, I think. Where's the footpath? It's right there. Turn it around again, because your footpath is going to look the other way. This one hopefully will connect to whatever comes from this side. And then the other one will just be over here. And we haven't finished this. Keep that in mind, please. That's going to be very important. But yeah, the other sewage switch will just go over here, and this will just collect whatever comes from the mines. Easy enough. For right now, I think it's pretty safe to get these connected. And to be fair, I should probably look at the slope that they all get, but I didn't want to. So there you go. 3 large pipes coming right up. Okay. You want to plan those? Well, I would like to get some roads to get done, so let's not plan them too hard. Got it. There's a piece of road here that you don't need. Good. Okay, with all of that in mind, do you want to do the conveyor belts or the harbor first? I really feel like we lucked out with this area for the city distribution for everything that we need to get in, because it's just so open and wide. We could, at some point, I wanted to use airplanes to get deliveries done out here, but I don't think that is really feasible for everything that we need to get out of this area, so we're just going to leave it as it is. The medium harbor, 3 spots. It's hard to imagine we need more than that, so I would like to get you in here, but I do want you kind of in line with the with the soon-to-be existing aggregate harbor, loading harbor, because I think it will look cool. But then just a little staggered like that. Let's see, can you get in there now? Not the pumping harbor, this harbor. Yes. No. Yes. Okay, good. That was yellow. that was green. I saw it. There you go. Just gotta click the button a couple times and then hope that this doesn't get anyone stuck. And you can help that just a tiny bit. Maybe, not really. If we do get stuck here, with any ship, that will be a problem. But also the whole point or the whole plan of this is that we don't want to use large ships. We want to use a bunch of smaller ships. How small? Just small enough. Which also translates to this. We could use forklifts here. They're actually really cool for this type of situation. I'm not going to use containers because that's more workers that we don't have, but we could use forklifts here to unload the ships. I just know when push comes to shove, they are too slow, so that's not going to cut it for me. So no thank you. But what we do need is an extra large warehouse. Why? Because I want to be able to unload the whole ship every single time, and then not to be completely dependent on the other ship showing up very quickly after. So I hope that I can get a forklift connection in here. Beautiful. And then on the other side, same logic, large meat storage, not a small one, just so that we don't, that we're not hyper dependent. Is that a word that we can use here? Maybe. That we're not hyper dependent on the ships coming in at a certain time, that we actually have a little bit of buffer in between them. Which for the meat one, this is overkill. This is total overkill. You know how much meat we're using in the Republic? I want to know. So let me see. Let's look at the consumption, citizen facilities. We have consumed for 60,000 people approximately, plus minus, 1,000. We have consumed about 1,700 tons. So for 4,000 people, in a year, we're not going to consume this much, but now I'm considering, well, but are we going to consume more than 75 tons? I don't know. If we say calculator time, I need to get some like banners, not banners, but theme songs for certain things to come for you. So if we say 60,000 divided by 1740, then each person a year consumes 34 tons of meat. I am surprised by that number. But that's what it says, because this is the consumption. This is not the import. So, no, 34 tons of meat? Oh. I'm off. I'm off by a lot. So this is 1,700... No, this is 1,700 tons. 1,700 tons. What did I do wrong here? 60,000 people. Yes. 1,700 tons. If I do it the other way, 1,740 divided by 60,000, then everyone consumes 0.029. That number sounds more right. I'm not making sense of it in my head right now, but this is probably the right number. So, times what we have here, 5,000 people when we're done with it. We need 145 tons of meat a year. Okay, large storage it is, because it's very possible that once a year we only get a ship every once a year, or once a year total. That's totally likely and possible, and that ship can probably just park here then, and the other ones just have to go through and figure out what they need to do. Road cargo station, very simple. Give me the big one, give me the big boy, and this is why I tried to build them the way that I did here, that they can actually connect to what I need out of you. Which this one will be fine, I think, because I like that road direction a little better. Yeah, this is fine. You, as long as you can get out, will be just fine, and then you will be our main distribution road to where all the things are happening. Cool. You will probably just can connect over here. And I'm still in the phase of reducing the usage, the store, like the area for eventual utility usage by something else down the road. Does that make sense? What is this guy? You're just falling apart. You look like a completely different vehicle. That's kind of awesome. Asphalt pavers, did I set you up for replacement, or are you causing trouble? P as paver. Yes. We have that one, and we have this one. Apparently we have a couple of these. They are the good ones. And I think we have them on the island, just nowhere else. So I guess we are okay. Yeah, that's fine. And it's almost done, so that's even better. But this is the harbor. We do need fuel out here. Yeah, for both of these. Otherwise this will just be silly. But luckily we already know that the fuel storage, as long as it has power, is relatively good at taking in the fuel. So this should be fine. Let's turn you around. Do you really want to put you here, or do you want to allow a little extra wiggle room and have them come out here? I think I'd rather have them come out here, then build a pumping station that can consume what we get in right there. Yep, that's fine. Just to get it out to the harbor, because I still think the harbor doesn't pull by itself. It needs a little bit of help. 1-1. Cross over here, and then nope. Yeah, cool. And then you go up a little bit, go up 2, because you're gonna have to go up 2 at some point anyways. Give me a straight road and there, and then make the pipe connection right here. Underground will probably be lots easier, but also lots less fun. This connection should be fine, and now we have fuel here. Great. Get a power line in. Okay. Where's that gonna go? Put it somewhere where it's easier to put out the fire. Down here it's not easier to put out the fire at all. You know that, right? I do know that, but I'm not sure that there's a good alternative. The warehouse I don't think needs power, but if I can get power out there, I'm not opposed to giving it to you. Yeah, we're just gonna put you right there, and then is this one already done? No, you're probably just about to start rolling. Cool. Get a power line out there. We don't need the big one. These are considerably faster to construct, so we may as well use them, even though the other ones are also super fast for construction. So that's pretty cool. Let's run this on the just right next to the power line that we already have here. I don't like that, because actually placing them in different intervals, you see that? That's not cool. If we place you there, are you a little better? No, you're like every other one almost, and you can't even be placed in the same frequency. That's possibly problematic, depending what I want to use this area for. So I may just go with the full-sized ones, just to keep the spacing the same, and then I don't have to worry about any of that. The spacing is still not the same because I actually started building them from this side. You're right. That spacing is a little better. Cool. Let's go with that. Go across the road here. and then get this one connected somehow. This is just in the mountains, that is fine. And now you have to ask yourself, do you just want... Well, this one may need a lot of power. These two don't need that much power. Should you just do power for the whole island now? I should. Is one large power line going to be enough? Let's find out. I need to know how much coal uses. 154 kilowatts, nothing. We have 2,000 kilowatts available. 2,035 kilowatts. 2,350 kilowatts available per day. So 2 of these, not worried about you. Waste, yes. Where is incinerator? Right there. You are consuming 50 kilowatts. We're at 200 out of 2,000, 10%. Perfect. And then the separation plant, I'm assuming similar number, 55 kilowatts. So we're at 255. Yes, we can just split this one main power line to supply power to all of our... to everything that's over here. Simply everything. So I'm glad I'm running the big power line out here, but we no longer need this connection, or this one right here. That one can get a really small one. And we're just going to use one of these six tabs. Tab sixers. 6 tabbers? I don't even know. It doesn't matter. And we're going to connect you somewhere here because we're by the mountain already. This is where we want it to be. Nice and green. Perfect. Get me something with a small connection. That's the 1, 2. That feels fine. Run you over here and then straight into there. Nice. Big power line. Yes. You will connect on that side. Hopefully... This is fine, there's just one elongated connection, and as you can see, is that road actually done now? You're so close. Sorry, wrong button. This one is not going to connect the way that we would like it to, but I think we can make that adjustment relatively easy once we get there, which will be right here. Cool. Yeah, they are flattening by hand, but that is fine. I really like this. This edition. This was one of the, I think, 1.0 releases when it was actually released a few months ago, where they added people animation when they are on the thing. But you guys need to watch out. Watch out. They're coming for you. Ah, no. What are you going to do? Don't run through them. You can't do that. No. Enough comedy for the day. Let's move on. Yeah, more power. So this one is clearly operating in range of... Oh, that mine is actually covered by you. That's wonderful. And that that engine over there is already covered by you as well. So we just need one more power sucker over here. That should be relatively easy. Done. Let's get that one connected with... What do we say? 150 kilowatts. Kilowatts. We're not talking megawatts. These are all probably... This 65 megawatts is going to be enough, but I'm going to do the 120 because I'm scared that I did math wrong and something else is going to bite me soon enough. So let's get this one into... Whoa. Into the area and out of the way. Yes. Nice. Perfect. That is so far so easy. I like it. Obviously, we have this line up here and this guy over here. There is 93%. I just want them to be done so I can actually start interrupting the roads again. So we can make more and more progress. Give me more progress. And then the electric substation right here can actually cover a lot of our friends on this side because there's nothing over here that needs power. So there's no good reason to not run this out as far as possible over here. And then I realize, stop it. Because you should do the engines first, because the engines actually do require power, and without them you can't really get the coal ore anywhere. And you did say you wanted 2 separate engine networks. Remember that when you do this right now. I will forget, so you have to remind me too. Okay, we're gonna do this one here. Yes. Rotate you. There you go. That looks good. We're gonna put you nice and high up. That you can actually connect to something. That's the first one, and then the second one right here. Okay. I'm not even going to point them at each other, because I think building a road here, no matter what, is going to be challenging enough. But that's going to be the secondary consideration when we're done with this, not the initial consideration for right now. Also, this one already has to be a combiner, not... what I usually call them, there's a splitter... And there is a joiner. Yes. Sure. So that one can go here, obviously not with that connection. And then can you actually build anything here? It is important enough that we need to know if we can get a road connection in here at all. You're already connected kind of to that thing because it kind of snapped together. So I think we will be able to get something in here. And if I can get these guys to agree that they can actually connect here. Yeah, there we go. Then this one can... I know that I can get this one up here if I really want to. You should probably do that before you start terraforming because that does cause issues all the time. You really have to figure out where you're going to have your fire protection here unless... People just tempted to add more helicopter fire protection in this area because it is... How are you going to cover this area by just having fire stations everywhere? And that would mean a lot of extra, well, coverage, obviously, but a lot of extra people and a lot of extra vehicles, which need a lot of extra maintenance, which we don't even have a repair shop yet on the island. So I would like to avoid that if that's an option at all. So we're just going to have to see how that works out. Continue, please. Thank you. That one. This one. Just click the button. Good. You can probably honestly be this friend. If you want to be married to that side, then that's fine because, well, this... We could just turn this guy around. Well, you want to do that? We can do this one and this one, and this one and this one together. Thinking about this. Probably thinking about this wrong. But I'm thinking about this. This one will just have to run over the top of the hill, clearly. If you raise this up a little bit, you may get a little bit of extra room. That's not awful. That's not awful at all. But this one probably has to stand here no matter what you do. So you can get that one in. You can also pretend that you think that the two mines per system is not actually going to be enough, that you need... like an equalizer in there. It's an option. What I'm saying is do one mine with a single engine, two mines with a single engine, and another mine with a single engine, and then you may be able to actually get all the connections that you ever wanted. We are on rock here. It just takes a little while to terraform, especially with the excavators that I have. They're not the fastest work-wise, but they're the fastest driving ones, and those are the ones that I wanted to replace each other when that becomes a necessity. But I think we can probably do pretty well with what we have going on over here. So let's play this out until we're done with it. And I think these little power lines may have to get moved just a little bit to accommodate our next task, which is F2. This road doesn't have to be exactly where it is either. Okay. It would be nice to have this connection in here when we get to it. But no, it's not necessary to have you exactly where you are. We can also use one of those overpasses or through passes if that's something we want to do. Definitely do a splitter here because we get a better angle. Okay. Okay. Not bad. All right. Do the road connection exactly on the side where you have it because I'm worried that that one will not play nicely. Then do the joiner. Up, 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 up. We can so build that here, build that right here, and get all the connections that we need. I am pretty excited about that. Yeah, put you right into the mountain, like so, and there are connections. Not the one that I actually wanted, but it is there. Did not expect this. This is going a lot better than I would have ever dreamed, but every once in a while I have to get lucky too. So here we are. And this is why we're building this now, because all of these engines do need power. And it's not going to be super easy to get that in. Okay, this one. Can you F4 to turn off snapping? And then we just need a couple really short pieces of green. It just let me do that. And also this road is already done. So that's perfect. These are all connected. That's perfect. And we are getting a bunch of asphalt roads that are completed already. That is lovely AF. Is that what the kids say nowadays? Probably. Lovely AF. Yeah, that sounds totally appropriate. Let's go with that. I should make a t-shirt about that. Hey, there's a B-Ball Joe store. There was a comment of some person. I don't think they ever watched anything of the channel, but they were complaining about, you know, when I built the store that I blasted all the supporters and subscribers with that information. I'm just like, I did mention it for like a minute the first time I did it, but is it really blasting? I felt like it was appropriate enough to make that a thing. That's the wrong one. That's the right one. Okay. Get you over here. You even would want to connect right there if I let you. All right. I think I'd much rather, in this case, have you go there, up here, across the road, and then down there. Good. Feels good. Feels right. Feels appropriate. And now we have to check our power connections for the conveyor engines. Actually, I think you have to do the road here first. This is the hardest part. Yeah, you built this map. This is your fault. It is. It very much is. So here the problem is that we built that little podium for reasons. I'm sure there were good reasons for that at some point, but it looks like we can actually get all the way down here relatively easy. So we're not going to try to get down the steep red side. We're actually going to try to get down to level ground, and this should be fine. Then we still have to put power here, and I'm not... Remind me that I need to build the redundancy power grid. Because right... Oh, gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh, no. Stop. Durr. This is already done. Okay. This one has to feed the redundancy power grid in from the other side. Otherwise, it's not going to work. We need a singular entry point. And this could have been a priority switch. Honestly, that part I'm not terribly worried about. But power comes from here right now, and we have to feed it into the redundancy grid, at least on the citizen side. I don't think the industrial side really needs a redundancy piece, but the citizen side definitely needs. So we need some renewable energy somewhere on this island that collects into one transformer. And then from there, we can unpause again. From there, it should be able to get our... There we go. It should be able to just run the grid at least partially every day, because the wind is statically dynamic. It always goes up to the same number and down to the same number and has like the same cycle. I'm kind of disappointed by that. I think using the already existing random number generators would be pretty easy, because you have numbers from 1 to 30, I think, for your wind speed, or from 0 to 30. Just any day of the year, make it be one of those. Don't make it a cycle. And if it always comes out to be 0, that is fine. It may also come out to be 30 every time. So I think I would have much rather seen something more random for that. Same thing for snow. Snow kind of just happens on the same days every year. But that's fine. We're not here to complain. We're here to play. So let's back this up, because we're already down the hill a little bit. Let's use that to our advantage, maybe. Too steep of a descent. Maybe there. Maybe there. I'm just as the crow flying to see if we can make it happen. And we could. I did not expect that. But now, these guys, we are actually... Okay, let's get the asphalt roads done, because they will be important enough. And we need that one asphalt, that one asphalt, that one asphalt. And obviously, down here, asphalt as well. All the way down there. And these two, because they will get deliveries and such. Out here, you will also get deliveries. So, well, you can probably be gravel if you really want to. Make that one a normal delivery or a normal asphalt road, because we're going to deliver fuel down here, but it can stop right there and we can turn it into gravel. I am looking a little bit at, excuse me, at, I don't even know anymore. What was I doing? You are trying to make sure that the roads that you're using are appropriate. I doubt it. How about you go backwards again? There was a footpath here that needs to be connected. And you go back in there. Very good. F3, did I delete anything on the ground here? No, I did not. Give me the footpaths that we will need. Definitely don't need fancy footpaths. We just need mud footpaths. There and there. These will just be gravel roads, so that's fine. We already have a couple of gravel roads. I think the helicopters are done. Too fast, guys. Too fast. Okay. That button, that button, that button. Get everything assigned. Make those roads the roads that we want it to be. But I think on this island, there... Oh, this is what I tried to do. You cannot upgrade asphalt road to gravel road. So it's a lot easier to do it this way when it's already an asphalt road well, just make it easier for myself, because now I can drag the... What is this? We can drag the helicopter construction office over this and be like, oh yeah, this is fine. Just like so. You're just gonna go like, yep, yep, yep. All of this, power lines, yeah, sure. Do all the things right there, right there, right there, right there. And then stuff will eventually get done. Obviously the mines will take forever. And you still have not gotten power to everyone. True. Do you have power? Just gotta check. No, you do not have power. I think we can... And this snow is really annoying me, but it is what it is. I think we can probably cover that one engine with the electric substation we have here. It was even effectively in coverage already. Can we get another extra engine coverage? I would... Ooh. Ooh. Oh, this is... Nope, nope. We're not getting the general separation plant. Now we're getting it. Right here. Okay, that's your spot. Good enough. This is all we really needed to get this guy moving, and you can just have a dirt path because we're cheap, and then get this one reassigned again. Great. Also, your power line is now not really connecting to the thing that you had earlier anymore. Got it. Got it. I was about to complain a little bit about the direction that the power line was taking, and then I decided against it, and now I'm apparently connecting it the same way. I'm still fighting with, should I connect waste stations to our... Yes, we talked about that. Connect, at the very least, connect these guys. These stands for big containers, because these will be picked up by a technical service office. And we have more than enough room in a lot of different places here where this can get connected, so I'm not terribly worried about these, even there. Like, yes, we can get that one there. All of these mines are placed in a way that don't really cover all that much, that have a lot of extra room around them. This one may be an exception, but we should be able to put the small containers at least pretty much anywhere we like. This one also may be an exception, but even there we have footpath connections right there. So should you just get started on this, or should you do that after the roads are done? I'm more into when the roads are done. Okay, we'll do that. So, you have power access, right? Right, you have power access. You should also have power access already. There's an overlay, but it only works when the building's actually all built. So that's not super helpful. How about you? Do you have power access to anyone? Yes, you have power access there. Very good. You? No power. Okay, so we really just have to cover this sector right here, which honestly is probably just one substation, and we should be good. It is really far away from emergency services, which is a problem, but it's something that we would just have to deal with. I'm leaning towards adding a fire station somewhere in the middle of town that has helicopters. I don't know that I can cover this whole place that will have fire from earthquakes any other way effectively besides spamming fire stations and getting more workers in. And I don't feel like that's fair. Is fair the right way to describe this? Maybe. I just don't like it, okay? I don't want to do that, so don't make me. I forgot that I had the power that we're going to use for these guys already sitting up here, ready to roll. So we may as well get that one connected, and that goes nicely right under the bridge, just like we wanted it. Okay, so you're all connected. Good. You are now connected to here. That's fine. This one's a little bit of the coal storage that we talked about. You guys have everything you need. Roads are actually done. That is really cool. I'm genuinely very happy about that. We do need this one connected, and then these guys, if we are not having to worry about fire coverage as much as I thought we did, we're really close to done, aren't we? We're very close. This snow is not helping for what I want to see here, but we are really close to done with the city, so we can start building really absolutely everything. Construction office is still a thing that we need. Okay. Also, the name of the place is not Taviri, although it covers everything over there. What I really want is Great City area right here in the middle of the lake. Ribita. No. But this city has to go away, and you will be mini-me. Because we have a big republic and a little republic, and ideally you cover the whole city. You're not covering this just yet, but I think you can. I would like all the buildings here to have mini-me as a headline, and yeah, now I think we are good, because mini-me, 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 and yeah, we got it. Everyone is mini-me, so this island is mini-me because big republic, little republic. Deal with it. We even have a nice little forest in the middle. That's nice. And yes, I am pretty confident now that helicopter fire station is exactly what we need, and right there is probably the best place for it. I would like to keep more of the forest here, but I also have to figure out what our vehicle replacement strategy has to be down the road. Plus, we cannot move the... You covered these factory connections. I did. We cannot move the large tankers. That could cause trouble down the road. We're going to start building some of the construction offices, or some of the stuff over here. You had power everywhere. Yes, you did. Distribution office. Yeah. This part is more automatic than you might imagine. You just plop them down, get them the vehicles, and then they're ready to go. Obviously, it will be hard to get the vehicles in, but that's fine. Then out here, we need the distribution office for the fuel. Wasn't sure if I could fit it here, but if I can, I will, because there's nothing else going to go right in this area once they built this piece. Cool, so they can just swoop out here and get whatever they need. Fuel-wise, I don't think we have power out on this sector yet, and then you don't have water and sewage for any of the industry parts yet either. That is obviously true. Let's start on the outside and work our way in. That may be the easiest to get everything covered. And by the outside, I just mean there's a harbor there that will only refuel if it has power. But this one covers everything up to this engine, is what we're going to treat it as. And then, yeah, that engine is still covered. Now it's no longer covered. That's the substation, everything in the middle. That looks good. Yep, that covers all of the processing plants. And now I have to check what is your power consumption. So 6 of these, 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 5 is 3, obviously. So we're consuming 1.5 megawatts. I'm looking at the circuit breaker, if you're curious. Not at the 15 megawatt hours. That's confusing because of all the structures that we have here. So that should be fine. And this one produces power, which means everyone that's nearby would be covered. But I think we just did that with the substation anyways. So that shouldn't be a problem. How many more power connections do we have? 3. Wow. That will totally cover everything that we have left. You would go over here. Well, no, we're not doing... This is ugly. You're placing that really, really terribly. There. And then can you go by this building? No, you don't want to go by that building. I don't blame you, but I would prefer if you would go by that building, but that's fine. That's a big building. You cannot go through that. Okay. So we're just going to cross the road here, go up the road on this side, and then into there. That is the plan. Cool. That substation will just connect right into here. That's a long piece of no pylon. Don't want that. I'd much rather do it this way. That also looks a little funky, but you can just place a middle pylon right there, and then they get along a little better. And that takes care of all of the power that we need for this. I still need, well, connect water here. Honestly, water should be relatively simple, but I may just do that next time because I say simple and things may go awry. But yeah, this one covers everything. It does not cover the power plant, and it does not cover these guys, so it does get more complicated if we allow it to be. This one would cover all 3. Tempted. Okay, you're already there. May as well place it. So which one was covered? It was covered these 3. Okay, so the only thing we haven't covered yet is these 4 buildings over here, and obviously these are relatively easy to cover. If you can avoid building right now, you can maybe actually get a couple roads done. Wouldn't that be super exciting? Yes, it would be. So there's water. They all have to be connected, but I think they can all drink from the same fountain, and they're not going to be higher up in the air than any other place besides maybe this one, but no, we're pretty close to water, so that should be easy. That should be easy to connect those. Sewage just has to be placed right next to them, and then we're ready to go. Thank you so much for watching. Let's get through this winter. Let's check on our coal, because that was a big pain point last time, and if this city is actually full again, it is not. It is not full at all. I was going to say we can actually turn this on, but temperature in building is too low because this one doesn't. Look at how little coal these are storing. The small heating plant does not store enough coal to burn through the whole year. This one stores a little more, but not that much more, and we actually have a little bit of coal left over. Oh, this is really good news. But because of how far the distance is to get coal to this one, I think I just have to add a quick storage, even just a small one. Like this. I prefer like this. All right. So you plop that one down here. Yep. Road connection. What? Oh, there's a footpath here. It doesn't like that. Crossing not allowed. I don't believe that. Nope. Too steep. No. 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 No, I don't think so. Just hold your left shift and then it will be like, oh yeah, this is perfect. Left shift. This is left shift? Yes, probably left shift. Or left control. Always forget. Anyways, that's what we're doing. So we're not turned on yet. There will be a part 4. I will let the helicopters construct whatever they feel like constructing for the rest of the year. Something may burn down in that process because we clearly don't want any people to move in yet because we still have all the logistics to figure out. There are a couple more buildings to build. But I think we have everything. We have fuel, yes. We have coal, yes. We have aggregate exports. This is trash, yes. We have normal cargo import for all the city needs that we may have, yes. We don't have a repair station. We need to get that in. Okay. We need a ship that can transport effectively just steel while we bring that in by helicopter. I'm not above using helicopters for a few things. We also still need vehicles to come in in a good way, and well, I think I would have to set up a storage, fill that up with what I want, then send a ship there, tell it to wait until full, and just start moving back and forth until... No, that wouldn't work because then we would run out of space on one side and just have too many of the same vehicles still at some point. Which wouldn't help, so I'd probably just have to fill up a ginormous storage at some point on the island. And we still have a little bit of room right here. And that's it. besides a little bit of room that we have over here, there's not much left. So a lot more to do and a lot more to explore, but I am very happy with where we are. The helicopters will get this done. I'm not terribly worried about that. But the mines will just take forever to build. So yeah, we'll be back. But for now, this is it. Took us just a year to plan this, 3 hours in real time, and the helicopter armada is going to do the rest. Thank you so much for watching. I'm trying to find a good screenshot for, you know, thumbnail and stuff, but I'm not sure. Winter is just terrible for that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.